Very good day, everybody, and welcome to another video with me, your personal funky scene pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today. We are parked at the Denver Airport in the United States of America. It's the Denver International Airport for a flight with the United Airlines Airbus A32NX fly-by-wire mode to the Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport in Minnesota. It's about, en route time, I forget, it's about 1 hour 41 minutes flight. So let's just get into the cockpit and set up the aircraft. Before we do that, I want to have a little look at the exterior, because I installed the Aerosoft simple traffic modification. It's a payware for sale at the Aerosoft web store. It is okay. It's not a complete feast yet. I'm not really sure why these smaller types of aircraft are also sitting next to the bigger aircraft, as you can see there as well. That seems a little bit off. And one other thing that I could see is that it looks like there are no general aviation aircraft anywhere. So when you go all the way there to the back, the general aviation parking, I believe it's there. There's just Airbuses sitting there next to each other. It looks very strange. So it might be something with my settings. Usually I just dive in head first. Obviously I did read up a little bit. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. So yeah, I'm not really sure how much I like it yet. What I definitely do like, I was at another airport trying it out, and there I would choose real world traffic, and that would actually show me a lot of traffic. But when I did it here in the Denver International Airport, there was nothing, like literally nothing except my own plane. It looked like a ghost town, you know. So I decided to just go with the AI offline traffic. So now it's just randomly generating, I believe. But it's a good step. It's basically you're paying for a bunch of like a livery pack or something. But sure, it's not too expensive, and you know, it's good retail therapy for me. So it should be okay. So here we are then, parked at the gate, I believe it's Bravo 21 at the Denver International Airport. So let's just hop on board now and set up the aircraft and get flying to Minneapolis. I'll just double check something. Okay, I think I was just going crazy. Alright, okay. So we start up the battery switches for 1 and 2. And the external power is connected. Let's start up the aiders immediately. Crew oxygen supply and ground control lights. The strobe going on, the nav logo lights. The overhead intake lights, I always like to turn those on as well. And the no smoking signs. We arm the emergency exit lights as well. And for now I believe this should cover it for now a little. Always turn on a little bit of backlighting on the displays there. And obviously here for the autopilot panel. And they can all go full for me. And the backlight for the, easy there Arkady, for the upper and the lower recam. So let's just turn those up all the way as well. And when you get here, a little bit of floodlighting, all the integrated lights, and just a little bit of flood on the right side as well. That should be basically it for now. The aircraft's figuring out its location. So while it's doing that, we're just going to set up the MCDU. So we go to the ATSU menu, or maybe we should start with data actually. Aircraft status, and we can check the RX cycle for November, 1 December. We're 25 November. So that's fine, we're right there at the end of this little cycle. So that's good. So now we go MCDU, ATSU, AOC. Let's see where we go, init press. We request the flight plan that's on the Simbri. You can see estimated time en route is about 1 hour 41 minutes. So we got this. Sorry, I just realized something there. Okay, so we go to the init A page, and we'll basically do the same. Request, and there you see United Airlines 812, flight level 390, cost index 40. And now we are off to the flight plan. The flight plan has now been added. We are using the Fly-by-Wire A32NX. This is the experimental version. There's nothing to see exterior about it, just like to show you the aircraft. But it's the experimental version. It uses, I believe, its own internal navigation system, completely separate from that that was developed by the Asobo Studios. So let's just see there is a flight plan discontinuity. It's always good to check for those. This probably in the future will get stabilized a little more. Let's see, so then we got the CHUWY, Denver 75A, SSWAN, and then all the way to Minneapolis. So it doesn't really look like a very complex flight plan though. Okay, so let's have a look at the OFP. So you can see the flight plan here as well. Okay, so block fuel 5029. Let's have a look. This is the flight plan. So take off 17 right, and then we fly the CHUWY 1 departure, and then onwards direct to Kilo Delta 75 Alpha, then direct to SSWAN, and then actually we already have the Torgi 3 arrival for runway 30 left. So we enter 17 right, 30 left, so 17 right with the CHUWY 1. Let's just start with this. So departure 17 right. So it was the CHUWY 1 then. I always forget, so I thought it was CHUWY 3. Oh, so that's perfectly fine. I'm beginning to doubt myself. We insert it, and it's in. There is another flight plan discontinuity that we're just going to delete immediately. Later on we're going to check as well. Oh, it says not allowed, probably. Let's see what was wrong. We'll get back to this later. Let's see if there is continuity. And then we'll also put in the arrival, which was 30 right, I believe. That's 30 right. And we'll recognize which was the arrival here. So it's scatter. Torgi 3, there you go. And we insert it. And it should all be in, so we just return to the flight plan, and I believe from here we should be able to do the clear, right? Why is it not allowing? What the hell is up with that? Let's just scroll through it. This looks horrible. So then for 17 right, and the flight plan, what am I doing? Oh, you need this button, obviously. Just going to try it one more time again, because it just doesn't make sense, doesn't sit well with me. So simply you're not allowed. No, you're not going to delete it. You're just going to have to fly and then stop me there. And there's another flight plan discontinuity, so we could check if it has anything to do with order or something. So now that this is gone, can we now then only now then delete this one. Well, this one's just not having it. Sure, we'll just skip over it while we're flying. No problem. No problem at all whatsoever, you know. So that now I'm stumped. I really have no clue why would that be? Why would that be? Why can we not just get over this? So let's have a look at the flight plan here as it is retrieved from the VetSim website, or sorry, from the SimBrief website. So we're here at the Denver airport. Let's look. Can we not get the names? No, it shows the route, type route, clear route, no. So where is it getting into trouble? What does that manual mean? Should I maybe remove the manual first? Is that like a random thingy? Let's engage noob mode here. Manual is now gone. I might have encountered this actually once before, and then it's gone. Yeah, I believe maybe actually I've been in a similar situation before. So Denver 5934, whatever that means. There's a manual. Oh God, man! I'm not sure if I'm equipped today with all the necessary patience, you know. Usually I'm a very patient man, so there's not too much trouble there. But okay, so at least it looks like there's no flight plan discontinuity. So that's a good start, if you want to call it a start. Okay, so what else do we have? So we have the flight plan there, we have the arrival and the departure, both entered. Let's see, probably still not a secondary. Well, that I'm probably not going to use, so let's go to the MCDO menu and set up the fuel before we go to the NNB page. So basically, OFP request, but I believe it's already in. So 5029er, it's the block fuel. So we could maybe say we want to take with us 6.5, so 6500. So just take a little extra and just put it there with the block fuel. And then we do refuel. You click the load button and it will refuel. And magically, there is your fuel in an instant. So 6.5. Let's also do the boarding actually, now that we're here. It's actually pretty cool. You start your boarding. We need to request, there we go, 166 passengers today. So the boarding has started. We go to our NNB page and we get the zero fuel weight, the center of gravity. Do not have to do anything. We're getting dumb and obedient captains here. Well, obviously it depends on your personal attitude, obviously, you know. Let's have another look here. What was the wind component for the flight? It was minus 0.15, yes. So we enter the minus sign, 0.15, so we got a headwind. So we had this in as well, and yeah, so we end up with the performance page. We will do a flap 1 takeoff, and the V1 speeds will now calculate 125 knots, rotate 126, and the V2 speed is 130. The transition altitude should be 18,000 feet in the United States. What is that transition level? Stand by. Transition altitude, let me just double check here. I think this is actually airport, this is local. So we have the Denver, so we open up the Denver charts now. Open charts list, there it goes. And, standard instrument departure. And we've had the CHUWY 1, it's an RNF departure. Let's just pin it immediately. And there's the taxi, let's also see, there's airport info. Yeah, let's pin this as well. So let's check the departure chart. Let's get rid of this thingy here. How do we close this one? There you go. Okay. Transition altitude 18,000 feet. Well, there you have it, people. 18,000 feet. So we go ahead and enter it. So that's that. No flex TO temperature, and yeah, that should probably be fine for here. So we should be good to go. The passengers are boarding. We got the fuel in as well. So we are going to turn on the passenger seatbelt signs. There you go. We can have a little look quickly at the flight plan, see if it makes any kind of sense. You can already see here that there is a departure from the runway. We fly runway heading, which should be about, I don't know, like 120. You turn left again, you fly over the airport, and then you go to the west. So let's just have a look at the situation that they put here. And how does it look? North runway. This is Minneapolis, so this is the arrival. So obviously that's not going to work. So let's just flip through this flight plan, get to the actual departure, which is here at Denver. It's always good to check these things, obviously. Let's have a look what this is. It looks to be sort of the same. So basically what are they telling us? I mean, it's an RNAV departure, so there's nothing too much going on. It will just say a bunch of waypoints usually. To climb a heading 173 to 5934, then on heading 173 or as assigned by ATC, expect vectors to cross yokes at or above. Expect vectors to cross yokes at or above 170. Okay, climb on heading, well actually 70,000 feet because we're still at feet by that altitude. And what else can we see here? We just have a visual representation of what you just read there. So we go 17 left. Which one is 17 left? Well, it's this one then. Or actually, rather this one probably. Okay, so we go to 5934 and then until sure if I understand this. Royal turbine. You know what, really, to be fair, I'm not going to bother today. Had a long day and we still got 2 hours to fly before we can get to the hotel and get some well-deserved rest. So let's just get this sucker up and flying. As usual, you see menu weather request, so let's request the meter for the airport as well so we can find out what our QNHs. So let's lock the flight deck now. On the ground spoilers, flaps go to 1. We'll reset the rudder trim. These are inoperative, but these ones we'll just turn them on anyway, just so we won't forget in the future. We don't get used to these things. This can go to on. And that's what squawk are we going to give ourselves? 2462. There you go. We got a nice little squawk code going on there. So we check received messages. There's our meter message. Click it. We click print, and it's going to print there. And we're going back here to the. Let's go to the performance page for now. This is printing. Let's just get that over with. So QNH is 3028. Wind 240 with 7 knots. So 3028. So we put that in. 30 and the 28. Constraints go on. This goes back to the arc. And we zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so let's start up the APU. I'll turn on the beacon light so the ground crew is aware that we are going to start our engines. And let's have a listen to the lovely sound of the APU starting up. Yeah, don't you just love that sound, man? I do. Okay, so the flaps are set. Let's see. Still have to find out about the trimming. There was, my friend always tells me, Arkady, you should trim. And I'm like, no, man, you do not need to trim. And let's see what happens when you turn this little wheel. You're up and down. I'm not really sure what to set it to. And you know, the departures are actually fine. Let's see, what's there a limit maybe? No, I'm just curious. So there's a green zone. That goes to the plus and also to the minus. Let's go to choose one. Not really sure if that's going to get us killed. Probably. Let's see, 3028. So I guess we should be good to go. I think we should then start to get ready for taxiing. There's the APU bleed. So we can now disengage the external power. And all we have to do now is orient ourselves and see how to get to the taxiway, to the runway. So let's see, we got the 17 right. Did I put in 17 right? I thought I put in 17 left. No, I didn't. I put in 17 right. Okay, so 17 right. It's not too far, so we're lucky. Now we push back facing east. And just carry on, and basically we hop on, man. Well, that's very convenient. So it goes to the left. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's get the pushback. And, you know, why not get rid of the jetway as well? Oh, it was just about to disconnect when I pressed the button. No, you go back. We're not going to be using you now. Thank you. So we could do the pushback and let's have a look outside there. So the tug is still connecting. There it is, connected, so we release the parking brake. And we go reverse. So while we are going reverse, let's start up the engine number 2. Okay, so let's stop the pushback there. That's enough for now. So let's immediately engage the parking brakes, so we'll not start rolling. Obviously I forgot something, so let us do this one more time again. This time we open up the fuel pump. Why don't we? I apologize, I'm a little bit out of shape today. Obviously there's no excuse, since, you know, we're carrying passengers who paid for a ticket, and basically, even if they didn't pay, they do not want to die during this flight. So finally, here's some engine sound. Let's have a look the external, or actually let's see the fixed camera. We have a different angle there. No. Oh, there he goes, right on the money. Okay, so while this is starting up, let's just take this view and we go back into the cockpit. And check the status here. Once this reaches about 19.4, it should read avail, and then the engine's available. There you go, there it is. Engine number 1. And let's look at the outside, or rather at the engine. And it's starting up nicely too. Let's find the wing view. Might be nice to have it ready for later. And that is one scary sound. That's new. Never heard that before. That's pretty cool. I wonder what it is. Okay, so we go back into the flight deck. So yeah, well then, I believe should be almost ready. Let's turn on the taxi lights, the nozzle steering lights. So we disengage the parking brake and we start rolling. We get ourselves on the line. It's nice. To the left you can see a little bit of our own shadow there. That's pretty cool. Ground speed 17 knots. So what aircraft do they have here now? There's Southwest, a whole bunch of them. There's a bunch of United. It sort of seems okay, I guess. There's a Frontier. Ground speed 29 or so. Let's just not go too fast here. So let's just have a little look at the chart. So basically go Mach 9 or maybe Mach 10. And this goes to Mach 9 or Mach 10 you go left. Or preferably take the second one to the left so you're not driving on the opposite side. So put in a little bit of power just to get it rolling. Let's have a little look outside. So there's all the American liveries. Well, yes, as I said, it appeared that there were no, for some reason there were no general aviation aircraft at all, which seems a little bit odd to me, you know. But we'll see this later. I will do some general aviation aircraft very shortly. Maybe tomorrow or on Saturday, I don't know yet, but I've been doing a lot of those lately as well. So we'll just see, you know, if we're going to fly the Piper PA-44, and maybe if we're going to spawn, you know, like, let's just pull over here for a second. Probably went over the line, not yet. Ooh, I heard they're really very strict at the airports, that you are absolutely not to cross that line whatsoever, under no circumstance, unless you are cleared. And not even your nose should be pointing over it, I believe. Okay, so let's turn on the landing lights, make ourselves as visible as we can. So we got this, the APU can go off for now, because the engines, both the engines are running. And let us also turn on the max braking for the takeoff, and we are lining up. Cool, there is another aircraft there to the left. So yeah, so when I turned on real world traffic, there was absolutely nothing. For a moment there I thought, oh my god, it's the zombie apocalypse, you know? Okay, so you are lined up. Let's get the let's turn off the packs for the takeoff and alert the flight attendants.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
That we're going to take off. So I wonder what the trimming is going to do for us. But usually I have zero trouble getting this aircraft off the ground and straight into a very steady takeoff. But yeah, we'll just see how this is going to work out. As soon as we take off, we engage the autopilot, and it's just going to follow the RNAV departure for us. Should zoom it in a little bit further, maybe. So what is this? About 7.5 nautical miles. Okay. Alright, so let's get this thing rolling. We are flying in real world time and weather, by the way. So our V1 speed's coming up. V1, and let's rotate. Seems quite laggy, man. And that could actually also be the download that I was just talking about. Okay, so we got positive rate. Gear up, please. It's slightly high, so let's put it nose down to get about 17.5 degrees climbing rate, altitude, climbing rate, and autopilot 1 is engaged, and obviously completely forgot. Let's do an initial climb of 15,000 feet there. And we go to the climb detent. I feel a little bit rusty, really, man. Okay, so we're at thrust climb. We're in climb mode and we're following lateral navigation. So that all seems to be under control. So while we are doing the departure, we're just going to turn on the packs again. And the nose wheel steering lights, taxi lights, takeoff lights, they can go off too. We'll leave the landing lights on for now. Let's check the attitude. Alright, well, we're climbing. There's the green S, so we can retract the flaps as well. And the ground spoilers may be disengaged, and this can go back to norm. Yeah, so here we are, taking off. Let's have a look outside for a little bit. Oh, just as we're about to turn. Well, not really, I do not really feel like we're climbing. It's only 800 feet per minute. So I'm not sure if this has anything to do with the trim that we set earlier. Which now is no longer. Can we intervene? No, we cannot even intervene. So it probably should be fine. So that's the wing view. Excuse me. So let us go back to the flight deck now. We should be flying to Yokes, so let's just see what is going on. Yokes is about 50 nautical miles. Speed 290, climbing speed 290, I mean. There's the airport to our left. Hot star, so we're reaching our initial climb altitude, so let's just keep going. I believe it was 390. Let's start by 36 real quick and just have a look here at the NATA page. 390, there it already. You can see it there already. So 390 and engage. So we're climbing, so we're above 10,000 feet. So what we will do is we will retract the landing lights and the seatbelt signs, they can come off as well. You can see our climb is only about 6, yeah, not even, it's about 5-degree climb. So it's fairly shallow. That's perfectly fine to turn off the seatbelt signs. I believe it's something that is sort of defined by the airliners. It's in the service operational procedures, the standard operational procedures, I should say, the SOP. I wonder, are there crop circles anywhere in the flight simulator? That would be cool. I'd love to fly an aircraft over the crop circles. So let's check the fuel, let's have a look. Okay, so we've reached 18,000 feet, so we are now, you can see the QNH there, it is blinking. So that means we should now go to the standard pressure. So for now we're just climbing, so let's have another look outside at the aircraft. Oh, it just jumped there. So while we are climbing, let me get some of my funk out there. So let's see if we can change it to like a major 7 chord. Okay. I feel like playing the drums. But I ain't got no sticks except my fingers. I gotta pick that strong. I don't even know you. But I hope I will see you soon. Baby, I don't even love you. But I hope that we could make spoons. Baby, I don't even know you. But I hope I will see you soon. Baby, I don't even love you. But I would like to make spoons with you. I like the other groove better. To make some spoon with you. All I know is that you're kind. From the outside, and I don't really care. Something like that. Climbing through 3, 6, 7 feet. We're climbing through 2390 feet. Yeah, that's definitely getting some funk out there, man. Baby, I don't even know you. But I hope to see you soon. And baby, believe me, I don't even love you. But I really hope we could make some spoon. But I really hope we could make some spoon. there's a second guitar part coming, right? Or does it have to be guitar? It could also be, I don't know, what other kind of instrument, maybe even vocals, but there's like the answer and the question, you know, or rather the question and the answer. That's sloppy. Cruising altitude, let's put the guitar away for a little bit, which in a sense is completely idiotic because now there's even less to do because we're just in the cruising flight. But we should also have a look at when to descend, obviously. It's not too long of a flight, so it's not going to be very shortly, but let's have a look at it anyway. It's already showing ILS 30 right, but let's have a look at the flight plan. So 126 nautical miles, what's it saying there? Where is it going? Kilo Delta 75 Alpha. Let's just get up close and personal with the MCDO here to have a look at the flight plan. So CHUWY Kilo Delta 75 Alpha, that's where we're going. SSWAN, Torgi, off SSWAN. Oh, I got some nice chemtrails going there. We're trying to poison our taxpayers, you know. You know, there is actually, if you check out these systems, oh look, there's another aircraft. It's way more interesting. Oh, we cannot zoom any further. Oh, that's cool. So they're helping us with the spraying of the people. And hopefully one day everybody will be dead. I'm sorry for the dark humor there, people. Hey, so let's have a look. Speed 240 with flight level 390, so we could increase the max speed now. So let's just go to manual and see how much we can get. We do have a little bit of a headwind, slightly from the left. Could we go 0.82? It is probably asking for trouble. But let's just do it for a little bit, see if we can push it. Could take a little bit of our trip perhaps. Unless it just means you're going to burn fuel at a too high of a rate, and then we just run out of the fuel. That would not be very nice. So something we can do now that we are in a cruise, besides play guitar and write songs, just get rid of the charts here. Maybe just go and unpin it, and this one we unpin it and we delete it, just close it up there, and we go for the Minneapolis St. Paul chart. So we open the chart list and we start by the star arrivals. So we got the, was this the Chewbacca here, the CHUWY, or was this the other one that we just fly, the CHUWY one? See, Blaine, Blue, Claire, Gopher, Muscle, Torgy. It was the Torgy 3, so we pinned it. So we got the Torgy, and which was our, it was 30 left, was it? 30 right, well, there you have it, 30 right. So we go to the approach chart for 30 right, ILS, so that's good, put a pin in that as well. And then the taxi, parking gates, airport info, this should, no, airport info, is it this one? Yes, this one, so let's put a pin in this. I like this chart as well. So what can we say, see here? Let's just find the 30 right as well, actually. So it should be this one, 30 right, let's look, yes. So what are they saying? Elevation is 820 at the touchdown point, or at the start of the runway, rather. Elevation 820. It is 8,200 feet. It should be plenty for the Airbus. You can see the 30 left is significantly longer. Let me check the flight plan, because now I'm curious. This maybe doesn't make too much of a difference, you know, but just curious anyway. Look, they said 30 left, so either probably I made a mistake. Let's see what is in the plan then. 30 right. Well, let's just do it, you know, let's just be adventurous. We're going to land on 30 right. It should all work out fine for us with no problem at all. It's about 2,000 feet shorter, but yeah, it's going to be nice. Okay, so we got this information, and maybe also see, so if we land here, we're probably going to exit the runway either at Papa 8 here, or we go on a little further and we exit around Mike. So then we just go on to Mike, Quebec, and then maybe here we go to the LA or Tunnel Bravo or whatever, but then we're basically all right at the money there. So that's for after we landed. But now first let's us focus on the star. Let's see, it looks like this is still the departure. Yeah, so we unpin it, so I misclicked there, I believe earlier. Okay, so we go to the Torgy 3 arrival. There you go. Let's close the left bit here. Airport elevation 842. Transition level 180. The standard for the United States. We are going to 30 right, so from Konya on track 073 degrees to Jayden, and then on track 073 to Hadi, then on track 064 to Osmo, and then on track 122 to Irv, then on track 122 degrees expect radar vectors to final approach course. Konya, from Korea Yes, I believe. Do we have the Ofson and the Torgi? Let's have a look at that. We got the Torgi and the Ofson. 13,000, 11,000 feet. It says there in the MCDO. That seems to be correct. 13,000 Torgi, and then is there? Do we have the RX? We have the SWAN. SWAN Torgi 10,000. Not sure what that means really. RX. Do we have the RX? No. So the Torgi then, yeah, it doesn't say how high to be at the SWAN, but or I cannot find. So the Torgi, so our first altitude constraint is 13,000 feet. In SWAN, it doesn't really say, I believe, how high it should be or how high it should not be. What is interesting though is that there is an RX point there. So maybe we should aim for a flight level 240 at SWAN. And then fly over RX. And then we go to Torgi. I think that's best. So 240 is our initial constraint. Now we want to be at SWAN. Was it SWAN? I will just double check there. My apology. SWAN 240. So let's put the SWAN in the progress page. And it's 258 nautical miles. So we're going to calculate now when we are going to descend. So we are now at 390. We want to descend to 240. So that's a difference of what was it, 240? So the difference was 150, I believe. Always have a hard time calculating and talking at the same time. They make use of the same processor for some reason. So 24, yeah, actually fine. 240 and 150. So we're going to descend for 15,000 feet. So times 3 is 45. So let's say 46 nautical miles before SWAN, we should start our descent. Let's just double check this with the onboard calculator. So 390, target altitude is 240, and that's 47 miles. They make it 47 miles, so that's perfectly fine. What you always need to calculate or anticipate really is that there might be a tailwind or a headwind, you know, so you'll have to start either a little bit earlier or a little bit later. So as soon as the distance there, yeah, so in about 200 nautical miles we should start descending towards our destination. So let's see if there's anything to see when we look out the window. Well, there's definitely something. There's a little bit of clouds and there's a little bit of hilly / mountainy area. So now the base part is blank in my head. So let's get the base. look at the left hand base for this, other than the inverted right hand one. If I can get up a little higher there. Oh, it's differently tuned. Maybe these are just too low. Something like that. Okay, so anyway. Good day everybody, welcome aboard the United Airlines Flight 812 from Denver to Minneapolis. We're currently cruising at an altitude of 390 feet. Well, I probably should not say it like that as a real pilot, right? We're currently cruising at an altitude of 390 feet. And we will get ready for our descent in approximately 21 minutes. I mean, that is a lot of feet, man. I wonder about the foot fetish people, you know? Like, that is so many feet, I'm going crazy, you know? It does not look like they show the top of descent in the experimental version here. This seems a little bit concerning, I'm not really sure why, so let's see what's going on. It looks like we're climbing over another, we just pitched up a little bit. We're obviously very high, so you know there's not a lot of air up here. As long as you just do not stall, and I believe the Airbus, as soon as it wants to stall, it is automatically going to drop its nose. But to be fair, I never encountered this, and it's actually not holding the speed that we set either, as it looks. You know, it says 0.71, and we asked 0.82. What could have something to do with the conditions up here? Not really sure. I never see it this low during cruise, man. Maybe just as a precaution, let's turn on the seatbelt sign. I'm not really sure if this is like a bad piece of air that we're flying through, but this definitely appears low. We could maybe check the ground speed. True airspeed is 420, ground speed 485. There's probably, I mean, we're still going fast. I believe the green dot is like the minimum operating speed or something. I apologize, I do not really know for sure. I wonder what's going to happen if we request a little bit of a lower airspeed to see what the system, the fly-by-wire system, if it will respond to it. I would assume not, because you know this is just a readout from the sensor. It's just indicating how fast we are flying. But I guess I reduce the speed there just to check if demanding a certain, you know, speed configuration or whatever you want to call it makes some kind of influence on the behavior of the systems, which I would presume is not a big, not a really weird thought actually in the Airbus. Okay, so what we're looking at, 172 nautical miles, so we still got about 130-ish to go. There you can see the airport. It's getting into view here on the navigational display. So maybe it's time that we got a METAR report for our destination. So we press weather request, METAR, and we send it. There you go, there we got the overspeed. Let's have a look. Oh, this is bad. Let us first acknowledge it. And let's have a look at what we're looking at here. So it's indicating overspeed. It's fine, so we're just going to request a lot lower speed. We actually already did that. I did not accidentally turn on the put out the flaps, did I? We're still at Mach. We're descending now only a little bit. Let's see if we can turn on the autopilot again. And we can, so there's nothing too much to worry about. We're at Mach, we're at altitude, and we're on navigation. Altitude means it should actually say, I believe, climb then, or open climb. I would assume. But we're near overspeed now. So let's go Mach 0.79. And let's just go to 370. Which would then mean that our descent is going to be a little different. I do not feel like doing the math now. So
from 370. Now it would mean 41 nautical miles. Okay. Okay, so by now there you go, enter destination data. So let's just have a look now at the weather report. These messages, METAR. Let's just zoom in so we can all see. And we print this one out. And we just go to the performance page, then we go and enter it immediately. We might get one more update later on, but then again we might not. So Minneapolis St. Paul 320 at 10 knots, 3036, and temperature minus 05. 3036, so let's go ahead and start with this one. 3036 QNH, temperature is minus 05, and the wind was 320 at 10 knots, and transition altitude is 18,000. Let's have a look at the decision height. One 072. So I got that in as well. So now it says that the approach speed is going to be 121. Looks like there is another aircraft. There you go, there it is. Hello, other aircraft. Oh, hello there. Always love this, man. That's really cool. Okay, so we're now, let's go to progress page. We're 132 nautical miles from the SSWAN waypoint. Well, it actually also says here, obviously, since it's our next waypoint. You could start by setting, what was that ahead? Oh, there's another aircraft too there. We could also start, let's set 3036 here. Let's just zoom in a little bit so we get a nice close-up view. How do we change this? Hold on. What is it resetting? Maybe standard 017. Not really sure now what that translates to. I thought this would also read the usually there is a, it says both the hectopascal and I always forget what the other one is called. Oh, easy there, Arkady. So for now I'm not going to mess with this, just going to put on standard as well. So now it's just our backup, it's fine. What I would want to do is basically quickly switch to local QNH and just mess around with the settings and then switch it over to see what the equivalent is. But I'm not going to confuse the Airbus at this moment, so we're good. But what I wanted to do is set this back up here as the to the ground to the local QNH, so that you already, before you're even entering it, you already have some idea of how high you are above the ground relative to your destination. So 114 nautical miles. Other aircraft still there. Pretty cool. I think we're going to overtake it. There it's coming into view. Excuse me. You see the orientation? It looks like it's flying sort of a crosswind. You see that? It looks like this is the track, but the heading is actually a little more to the right. That could be the same with us, so let's have a look. This is our track, the green one. This is where we are flying, but our heading is this. So basically we are flying with the nose a little bit to the left, it would seem. I'm not really sure if we can actually see it like this. Oh, starting to crackle. Let's check the time. It's 2200. Zulu hours, so it's getting bedtime, so it's good if we start our descent shortly, which we will. We are at 95 nautical miles. So there's definitely a little bit of time for one more round of guitar playing. Okay, so that's enough of that for now. And let's hop on over to the flight deck and get ourselves ready for the descent. So we are 49 nautical miles, so we're just going to start our descent now to flight level 240. We're also going on managed speed. Can we do this on managed as well? Yes. So let's have a look. What to the right is what we demand. Here is what you demand from the Airbus. I want you to do this, I want you to do this, and I want you to do this. But here is what the Airbus is telling you. He's saying, okay, I am doing this, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm doing. So it's always good to check here. This is your primary flight display. Always check there and not focus only on the autopilot panel, because that is not telling you what the plane is doing. It's only telling you what you are demanding, which you should already know. You know what I mean? So this is never accurate with regards to what the aircraft is doing. But this is. If anything goes wrong, you check here, because you want to see what's the thrust, what's the navigational situation. Sorry, that's the vertical situation, and what is the lateral navigational situation. You know, is it still following the nav, or is it descending? Is it climbing? Is it on cruise? You know, or is the thrust having a problem where you need to reset maybe the auto thrust? It might have turned off, and it could read, for instance, here something like thrust lock or something. You know, and then you know you have to do some things, and it will you will fix it again. But this is the go-to point whenever something goes wrong. You know, with regards to the power settings and the attitude of the aircraft. You know. So this is fine. So we are at thrust idle, and as you know, with the Airbus, the throttle quadrant doesn't move, but the internal fly-by-wire system is definitely now in control, and it's putting the output of the engines to thrust to idle. You can check this at the N1 right here. It's only sitting at 32.3 for the N1, so it's basically it's just sitting there idle. The fuel flow, I think you should also be able to see it. As you can see, it's 0. Can I get it up a little bit closer? Because these windows are getting a little small. This is 0 kilograms per minute. Obviously, it's burning something, but you know, but it's just not really that much, because it's, as I said, because it's on idle. Okay, so we have started our descent, so that's good. We got about 6,000 feet to go until we reach our first altitude constraint. We are a little bit early, but that is no problem at all. It's precisely what I wanted. See, there it even says 10,000 feet. So at SSWAN we wanted to be at 24,000. So we're definitely going to make it. Yeah, I think then from there we're just going to jump down to 10,000 feet, which is at KDEN. So let's also have a look at the arrival chart. KDEN says 10,000 feet, not below, and you should be at 250 knots. So basically we're just going to skip all these steps. We're just going to go straight. Well, to be fair, in reality you should actually go by Torgi and by Ofsen. Do not see them here. I believe I actually did see them in the flight plan. Let's just have a look. Yeah, see, they are actually there. So I'm not really sure why it's not displaying here, but we'll see it when we get there. And otherwise we'll just jump down to 10,000 feet for the KDEN waypoint. So we got 17.3 nautical miles to go. It's about 2 minutes. We're descending at 2,400 feet per minute. We got 2,000 to go. That is about 1 minute to go until we reach our. So that's 1 minute early, so that's perfectly fine. Rather than the other way around, where you're chasing, you know, you're just flying too fast, you know. So this definitely has my preference. So if you look outside, and as well you can hear, you know, the engines. It's really quiet now. And get all up close here. And now, which is actually interesting, you can hear the engine start going, which means that we are no longer engines idle, so we must be at our altitude of 240. And you can see we're an alt star, which means that we are about to enter, we're about to reach the requested altitude. So it is now in speed mode, and so it's now following the speed. The speed that it's following is managed, so that you can see that right there. You should be able to see these things here, but that's not quite modeled yet. We're going to reduce speed 250 probably ourselves. Let's see, Jaden, maybe if it says here. Let me just get a little bit closer. Sorry. See where it was the Jaden. It does have a speed constraint, and you should be able to click this and set it. I believe you can in some cases. You can actually. Probably these you cannot. Let me just try. Let's see. Can we do 240? No. Oh yes, you can. But we're not. We're going to do 250 there. There you go. Altitude constraint. Alright, so just return to the flight plan. And let's have a look. Jaden should be 10,000 feet. And what do we get after Jaden? Jaden, then on track 073 to Hadi. Then on track 064 to Osmo, then to Earth. So Hadi, Osmo, Earth. So we're going north of the airport through Hadi, Osmo, Earth. And then you can see here as well, and it also says so below, these little arrows, if you will, they mean radar vectors by ATC. And that's also what they said here, to Earth, and then on track 1 to 2, and then expect radar vectors to the final approach course. So we're going to do this ourselves. So we'll fly to Earth. So basically we're going to descend to 10,000 feet momentarily. Let's have a look. Let's just do this now. Again, rather a little bit earlier than later. Let me choose this one maybe. Okay. So we're going to descend to 10,000 feet. The speed should start dropping the closer we get to the Jaden, because it wants us to go 250 knots. I'm so tired, people. I shouldn't even be flying an aircraft with 166 people on board, you know? But I am. Oh, I love this Serenity, man. Really cool. But we cannot sit there for too long. See, 125-ish, or maybe, I mean 115. Not really sure how far are we from the airport. We're going over the airport, make a right turn. So after we get back here, so we go to Hadi, Osmo, Earth, and then from Earth Here's the approach chart. We go to SAMS, which is 10 DME from the IINN, so it's the localizer. And you can see that here, it's the localizer, the INN. It will take us down the vertical glide path, or the vertical path down. So 4,000. We want to beat 4,000 once we will reach SAMS. So let's see that we see that in the flight plan as well. I would be surprised if it wasn't there. From Earth, there's a decel and then SAMS. Okay. So before we land, I'm quickly going to run to the galley and get myself another soft drink because my throat is getting really dry here. We got 7 minutes until we reach the Torgi. So we are on our way to Torgi and not to Jaden. So that's interesting. Torgi, because now it makes me look at the chart again. Let's see. That's interesting. So Torgi and Offson. So it is displaying here, but it's not displaying the points here. Okay, so the altimeter starts blinking at us. So we now switch to 3036, which was the local QNH. Now let's quickly see 1028. That should be okay. So 3036, and we keep on descending to 10,000 feet. Okay, so I will be back momentarily. Okay, so here we are with another refreshing drink, because I'm getting parched, as they call it. So that's beautiful. The sun is setting there right behind us. It's always like this when this happens in the flight simulator. You know, it just makes everything, I don't know, seem special. So we are on our way to Torgi, and it does not show on the navigational display. Maybe if we zoom in, there you go. Okay, so that's good news. 280 knots, which is still keeping, and it says an altitude constraint of 13,000 feet. So we could do that. Let's just follow the descent profile there. Because, let's have a look at the arrival chart. Because sometimes, I mean, I didn't study it that much. Yeah, see that, there you go. So we are not allowed to go below 13,000 feet at Torgi. So, these are, yeah, so that's why. So that's what we're going to do. So 13,000 feet. Set there, 280, then to Austin, which is at 11,000 feet. Here is some cool views, man. I love it. Okay, so we're back to speed mode. 13,000 feet now. So we just keep on carrying on for 24 nautical miles, and then we go to 11,000 feet. I don't even know you. Yeah, that could work. What would you say about maybe a duet with the beautiful French redhead lady who sells ice creams in Marseille? I don't even know you. But I hope to see you soon. Let's go to the bridge for now. On that a little later. For now, let's keep our focus on the approach. Well, for now it's the descent. We're still 10 nautical miles from Torgi, then Ofsen, then something that I cannot read, Haburg, Konya, and then 10,000 feet there. So we're on our way to Minneapolis St. Paul Airport in Minnesota, and obviously Minneapolis is famous for the American artist Prince, whom I happen to like very much. Has always been a great inspiration for me, among other artists. But he was definitely a very, very special musician. The guy was crazy nuts out of his head sometimes, I believe, but he was seriously freak level talented. So yes, he's from Minneapolis, so maybe one day I will actually get on the channel and fly a little general aviation aircraft to the Paisley Park studio in Chanhassen in Minneapolis. Just do a flyby there. Maybe try a land on like on the road. Okay, so we got the pre-approach cigarette rolled. Speed holding at 290, 13,000 feet. So we should now go to 11,000. And this aircraft in Flight Simulator does not have vertical navigation yet, so we have to do it ourselves. Thrust idle, we're descending, so that's good. Only 2 nautical miles. It is 19 seconds until we're there, so we're a little late, but let's see, we are not to go below. Let's see what is up ahead. Ofsen and then Konya. Yeah, so I think we should just we can go straight to 10,000 feet now, so let's do that. So we stay a little bit ahead of the facts rather than lagging behind. So the aircraft now descending to 10,000 feet. Oh, the lighting is amazing, man. Totally digging it. So the area around Minneapolis, as you can see right there, it's coming up, it has a lot of little lakes, like a lot of them. It's actually really pretty. Oh, there's the crackle again. We're reaching 10,000 feet, so that's a little bit early. We got Konya and then the Gidzenko, but that's fine. From Gidzenko we descend to 9,000 feet for Arkady, and then we go north of the airport. We do the turnaround and then line ourselves up. The glide slope starts at, I believe it was 4,000 feet, or it was a little below. The glide slope itself starts at 3,000 feet, okay. So it says we want to be at 4,000 feet. It's probably also going to be here on the navigational display. So now 10,000 feet, speed 250, so that's also good. Now that we are on 250, what I will also do, I'll turn on the landing lights. Seatbelt signs, I forgot to turn them off. Once I wasn't really sure what was going on. But for now I'm just going to leave them on, maybe just notify the crew. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Unfortunately, we have been unable to turn off the seatbelt signs. This would be the time that I would ask you to put them on. So please be aware that we are now starting our descent, or actually our approach to our destination airport, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Hope you enjoyed your flight. Listen to the flight attendants, and if you can, make love. Okay. Oh, and thank you for flying. Okay, so I think that's the airfield already there, unless it's another one. Let's see. 30 nautical miles. Yeah, could be maybe. Probably. Probably there, 2 runways. Yeah, I don't think so. Alright, so let's not get too distracted. 10,000 feet, and then we go, we're 24 seconds from the Gidzenko, so we're going to descend 9,000 feet now. There we go, there is our approach. So we're 2.5 minutes from Arkady, and after Arkady where we are not allowed to go below 9,000, we go to Osmo, and we have to be at 210 knots. It does not look like we are going to the Spooky. Let's see. So still 250 knots, but then at Osmo we should be at 210 knots. But probably the flight management system is going to do this on its own. Let's wait a while before we engage the landing system, because that just might trigger the performance, the configuration of the aircraft from destination to approach phase, which will mess with the speed, because it will probably it's not realistic, but I've noticed that when you fly near the airport like this, like you fly overhead and you're at the landing speed, landing system mode, it will just switch to approach and then it will start slowing down like 140 knots, you know, like the final approach speed-ish. And that's not what you want. I cannot imagine a real aircraft to behave like this. But you know, it's the guys who developed this thing. They're doing a great job. Apparently they've modeled a lot of quite realistic procedures. Sorry, not procedures, but like behavior of the aircraft and simulation of the actual systems, you know. Check these skies, man. Oh, the sun is setting right there. It's touching the horizon. So wonder, maybe we're actually already flying over Paisley Park. Probably we already have. Hello, Prince. Thank you for the cool music. Okay, so even after SIM update 7, the mouse pointer still goes away. So we go to 8,000 feet now. We're open descent, so that's good. We can see the vertical speed is dropping, and the speed appears to be dropping as well because it's now below 240. So that's working out great. Let's zoom in one step. I believe this was 2. So 3 minutes. It will be there in 30 seconds, even sooner. Yes, we're getting rather close. We're about to start the final approach there. So let's just be a little bit early and turn on the nozzle steering lights and the taxi lights. And let's also just go ahead and start up the APU. So now at 8,000 feet. Okay, so we can go flaps 1. Oh, I really fear for the FPS, man. It's going to crackle and crackle probably. We're going to be welcomed by the FPS. Hopefully it will not affect our landing performance. That would kind of suck. Every now and then I have to check the overlay on top of the screen there. But it looks like it's still working with the FSU IBC, so I'm really happy to see that. Speed 210, 8,000 feet. After the Osmo, or what it was called, we should be at 8,000 feet there, not above and not below. Then we go to ERV, and ERV doesn't really have any constraints, as it would seem. But then from the ERV, we are going to just going ERV and just going to fly there. So we will descend to 4,000 feet, I believe. So you have ERV. Let's check in 2 places now. ERV SEMS. So let's see, and the flight plan. So ERV and then SEMS. So that's good. At SEMS you want to be at 4,000 feet. So here you are turning. That's the outer marker for a second. 1,000 feet, so SAMS should be at 4,000. So I would assume, now that we are passing, yeah, we are on our way to Earth, and Earth itself was fine, so we're going to descend to 4,000 feet now. Let's just do it. Descending 4,000 feet. Also arm the auto brake, set it to low. Thrust is to idle. Speed's picking up a little bit. It should be 210. So maybe let's set it ourselves. knots. You can see immediately the nose is coming up a little bit. Should be fine. We got 1 minute to get there, and we're descending 500 feet per minute. Oh, but it's only to the Earth. No, that's fine. We're going to make it. So we're reaching 210 knots. Let us turn on the landing system now. You can see it's picking up here. It's picking up the localizer. And the glide slope, remember, it starts at 3,000 feet. So after SAMS, we're going to descend to 3,000 feet, and then we should be getting the glide slope. After SAMS, we're on our way to JACO, and then this is also the point where we will turn on the localizer button there. With regard to the speed, I'm not really sure. Let's have a look. What shall we do? Yeah, just go to descend or decrease speed to 190. Just incremental. We're 1 minute 16 seconds from the SAMS waypoint. And there we can go flaps 2 now. Did we arm the ground spoilers? No, I'm not sure if I believe this. I would like this on, in case you need to restart the engines for some reason. So we got the auto brake. Let's turn on the APU bleed, because the APU should now be available. So there you go. Okay, so we're getting close. I'm going to reduce speed 160 knots. JACO, so now we'll go descend 3,000 feet. Maybe even go a little slower, 155. We are 9.3 nautical miles out, so yeah, we should definitely start descending. Maybe let's keep the speed 160. Hopefully we descend a little faster this way. And once we are at about 30 degrees from the approach path, we can turn on the localizer. It's intercepted now, so it's good. So now we focus on getting down. Maybe just, can we use the vertical speed? Shall we do it? Let's have a look out the window. Yes, we should start getting down now, man. We are actually, in fact, a little bit high, man. So what I will do, I'll always hate this. 2,000 feet per minute and go. But obviously this is going to pick up some of the speed now.
2,500.
So we go speed 140. And there is the glide slope. Go flaps 3. The range is 6.4 nautical mile. Switch over now to approach. We're on approach. Also turn on AP2. Cat 3 dual. Glide slope is activated. Flaps 4. And reduce speed 134. and maybe just use a little bit of speed brake for a second. To help slow us down to the approach speed, the final approach speed. So let's rearm the ground spoilers. Let's check performance page. We are on approach. Speed now is 136. So let's go for 136 there.
1,000.
Okay, 1,000 feet. Gear is coming. Flaps are at full. So we should be fully configured for landing. Let's notify the cabin crew.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
There's our runway. As I said, it's a little bit of a shorter runway. Maybe let's just kick its ass and we use the medium auto brake. Okay, everybody, brace, brace, brace. Let's hope we do not get too rough
500.
on the frame right there. This is Minneapolis from the skies. It looks really beautiful. Let's see which view we're going to use. I'm going to stick with this one. The mouse is going. Oh man, it's nerve-wracking when the mouse goes.
400. 100 above.
400, we're 100 above. We're still fine.
300.
300, we're about to
300.
turn off
Minimum 300.
the autopilot's turned off.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30.
Floating.
20. 10.
Flare.
5.
That sounds like a really rough landing. Okay, so well, we stopped really abruptly there. That's pretty cool. So we enter here on the left side, or we exit actually, I should say. Let us quickly turn off the ground spoiler. And get ourselves rolling and exit the runway. Welcome to Minneapolis, everybody. I'm curious to see on the stream, I will check it later. I'm curious to see what the landing rate was. It was a little bit hectic, and as you can, I'm not sure if you can tell on your end, but there's definitely quite a lot of FPS drop. Here we are on the outside. Maybe you can hear it now, and you can even see it. Ouch, this is hurting me, man. Oh, this is hurting me. I feel like I'm just killing my laptop. Okay, so we are clear of the runway. Man, I can't even. Okay, so runway vacated there. So let's just turn off the landing lights. Man, there's hardly any control, man. And then the mouse goes at every move that I make. Really well, job well done, Microsoft, to just keep the mouse disappearing. Really don't understand why that is. Let's get on to the central line of the taxiway, please. is an aircraft there, so we do not. Oh, we can go left here and then we go in front of it, I believe. Or are we now on a collision course? This looks pretty cool. It's a Delta Airline. Let's just wait for it a little bit. That's really cool. See the Delta here at Minneapolis St. Paul Airport. It's followed by an airport security car, so he's probably speeding and now he's getting a speeding ticket. There's quite some traffic, man. There's an aircraft, I believe it's landing or taking off. There's one, looks like it's landing. Oh, now it does this thing where it doesn't want to go straight again. Okay, let's look for a place to park, same as you would do in the big city. Yeah, just look for a place to park, man. Oh man, I found this really cool parking spot at the JFK airport in New York the other day, and this other pilot, you know, he saw it too, and then we started getting an argument, you know, fighting over who was going to get it. Oh man, the frame rate, it's killing me. Is it working? Okay, so what do we have here? Oh, this looks a little bit weird. And this looks totally wrong, man. My god. Let's have a look outside. Let's cheat a little bit. Man, the frame rate. Oh my god, it's... If this computer now were a human, I would shoot it in the face just to put it out of its misery. Because man, this is really messed up. Okay, so are we sort of any good here? I do apologize, people. This is a... Wow, it's a horrendous taxi. So, parking brake should be set. Wow, we did survive the taxi, I believe. Just check if the parking brake is set. It's all moving so slow. Parking brake is set, so that's good. So let's go ahead and disengage the engines, turn them off immediately. We have the APU bleed on, so that's good. Let's turn on the lights and turn off the nose wheel lights because we have already blinded the ground crew there, for which I sincerely apologize. Seatbelt signs can go off. Let's turn on the dome lights. Turn off all the fuel tanks, or fuel pumps, I mean. There you go. And the beacon light can go, the wing light, leave on the nav logo and the strobe. Let's see, is there anything else? What is this on the window? Really? Ice forming already now? It's 0.5 degrees Celsius out, so that's definitely freezing. But wow, man, that's really quick. So yes, here we are, people. We have arrived at our destination. Let's maybe see if we can also call up the passenger jetway. and just use this little thingy. So here's our man, I'm so sorry for the views, it's just skipping frames, you know. But this is what I meant earlier, you know, there's this really short and small aircraft standing next to these big gates, you know, that seems so off. Obviously our position seems off as well, since we just parked like if we were drunk. Okay, so the jetway looks to, oh man, the frame rate, it looks to be connected. So let's just put this thing out of its misery. Thank you for checking, everybody, and welcome once again to Minneapolis. Let's get a little bit of a different view for our goodbye sequence. So where is this camera sitting? What a random place. Sure. Okay, this is even Minneapolis. Yes, this would be us. Okay. Right, so let's just go up a little bit higher. Let's have a little view of the city. There's the beautiful sunset, clear skies, and it's really cold here. Alright, thank you very much for joining. I had a lot of fun, hope you did too. Looking forward to seeing you at the next video. Go check them out, all the videos are on my channel. And as always, I am your personal funky scene pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. And thank you for coming, and hope to see you again. Have a nice day, and we'll love one another. Thank you for checking. Bye bye.